Right, so I'm just gonna sort out this shot, okay? So you're looking into the mouth of the apex over there. The first fighter on the left-hand side that you're looking at is Luke Saunders. Seems to be getting ready to.
All right, morning everybody. Hope you had a great holiday weekend. We'll get the stare downs underway. 10-fight card coming up tomorrow. The prelims are on ESPN Plus. And it gets started with a catchweight bout. Luke Sanders takes on Nate Maness.
So Luke Sanders against Nate Maness here.
Luke Sanders taking on Nate Maness. All right, up next we're in the flyweight division. Sue Mudarji takes on Malcolm Gordon.
So Sue Mudarji is fighting Malcolm X Gordon. This is going to be a good flyweight bout. Both of these guys have speed like you don't believe.
Sue Mudarji and Malcolm Gordon. Up next, a women's flyweight bout. Gina Mazzani takes on Rachel Ostovich.
So Gina Mazzani against Rachel Ostovich. I think this is a fan favorite for many different reasons. One being this is a fight for survival in the UFC.
Gina Mazzani and Rachel Ostovich. And our featured prelim is in the bantamweight division. Martin Day takes on Anderson Dos Santos.
Martin Day taking Anderson Dos Santos in their featured prelim. This is a bantamweight 3-round bout.
Martin Day and Anderson Dos Santos. Our main card tomorrow night, 6 fights on ESPN. First fight on the main card is at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Featherweight bout, Jonathan Pierce takes on Kai Kamaka.
So Jonathan Pierce taking on Kai Kamaka in a featherweight 3-round bout. This is my fight of the night prediction. Jonathan coming out of the Contender Series and Kai just having one fight in the UFC
Jonathan
so far,
Pierce
but
and Kai Kamaka.
Having a hell
Up next, we're in the women's bantamweight division. Ashley Evans-Smith takes on Norma Dumont.
So we've got Ashley Evans-Smith taking on Norma Dumont in the women's bantamweight bout, 3-round bout. This is Ashley Evans-Smith's first pandemic fight. She had one scheduled with Molly McCann, but sadly, due to the pandemic, that was cut.
Ashley Evans-Smith and Norma Dumont. Up next, a featherweight bout. Spike Carlisle takes on Bill Algeo.
So Spike Carlisle takes on Bill Algeo in a featherweight 3-round bout. This has also been predicted to be my fight of the night. Spike is a crazy dude. And I've just clocked he's wearing some mad mask. I'm not sure what that mask is, if any of you guys know.
Spike Carlisle and Bill Algeo.
But Spike is an animal, and he's just crazy in that octagon.
Up next, we're in the heavyweight division. Josh Parisian takes on Parker Porter.
So Josh Parisian takes on Parker Porter in a heavyweight bout, 3 rounds, of course. I mean, standing next to each other already, this probably does not go the first round. Hope I've not cursed that.
Josh Parisian and Parker Porter. Our co-main event is in the welterweight division. Miguel Baeza takes on Takashi Sato.
Miguel Baeza takes on Takashi Sato in a welterweight bout, 3 rounds. So this is also a contender for fight of the nights. I've got 3 possible fight of the nights.
Miguel Baeza and Takashi Sato. And our main event, 5 rounds in the light heavyweight division. 6th ranked Anthony Lionheart Smith takes on Devin Brown Bear Clark.
Smith is one of those guys that just doesn't say no. He doesn't have it in him. I don't even know if he wants this as a 5-round bout, but just being the character that he is, that Lionheart Anthony Smith, he doesn't say no to things like this. 5 rounds against Devin Clark for the UFC main event.
5 rounds. Anthony Lionheart Smith takes on Devin Brown Bear Clark in our light heavyweight main event. We'll see you tomorrow night. Prelims on ESPN Plus, main card on ESPN.
So how about it, everyone? This has got me pumped. That face-off has got me pumped. I am extremely looking forward to seeing Anthony Smith against Devin Clark in a new scheduled 5-round bout. This is going to be something that Anthony Smith is going to be aware of now, how much the eyes are even more so on him. So I hope that does not detract away from all of the mental preparations that he's done going into this fight. Obviously, being the co-main event, you're not as spotlighted as the main event, and obviously you get a hell of a place on the card, obviously. But now he's gone from 3 rounds to 5 rounds, and there's something to be said about Anthony Smith for doing that. I was on media day. Anthony Smith was saying to us that, you know, one of his problems is that he can't say no. He doesn't have it in him to say no. You know, when he got burgled that time, and then when a home invasion, he had a fight in his house. Then I believe the week after, he was fighting. Like, Anthony was saying, like, okay, if I was being a little bit more self-aware and smart, I probably shouldn't have taken that fight. But for Anthony to not have taken that fight would have had to have meant Anthony would have had to have said out loud, I can't do that. And that just, the character that Anthony Smith has, that just doesn't come into his equation. To acknowledge that, you have to say that out loud. To say that out loud would then be opening a whole can of worms. So, although Anthony Smith said he's cut back on commitments to develop his mental game, I think we've just seen that old Anthony Smith peer back slightly a little bit there with accepting this as a 5-round bout. As I'm not saying by any means that he hasn't got 5 rounds in him. I'm sure he's got 10 or 15. But that's not really the point I'm getting at. He's been training for a 3-round fight. Now, last minute, he's been told, okay, this is going to be a 5-round bout. Looking back at how Anthony Smith thinks, for him to deny that would have been for Anthony to have said, I can't do that out loud. You know what I mean? And as soon as you say that, you open a can of worms. So Anthony's been gifted a new proposal. And what's Anthony said? Yes, of course. And that's to take that 5-round bout. Now, in 2 months' time, we could be looking at this, and Anthony gets finished in the 5th round, and then Anthony comes back and is saying, I shouldn't have taken that as a 3-round fight. I mean, as a 5-round fight. So that's quite interesting to think about. But much respect to Anthony Smith for coming in there and doing that, because that shows his lion heart, doesn't it? Really, 5-round. Out of the blue, 2 days away from the fight, no longer 3 rounds, it's now 5-round fight with Devin Clark because Curtis Blades has tested positive for coronavirus.
I noticed I think Devin Clark was talking to him a little bit up there during the face-off, trying to get in his head maybe a little bit.
It looked quite friendly. I didn't notice any.
Yeah, well, I didn't, just little
chirps.
Yeah, little chirps. I'm not sure what.
I don't think Devin Clark's that kind of guy.
No. But probably just like little.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what he said. But
they both seem like proper nice guys.
Yeah.
And we've covered Devin before in Sweden.
Yeah.
In Stockholm.
They both
when he
fought
beat
on that card.
Darko Stosic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith was main event against Gustafsson.
Yeah, that's right.
That card.
That was that his last win?
That was his last
so
win.
So Anthony Smith has good luck when the Raptors are around. So there you go. That's one to check out. Every time we've been at an Anthony Smith fight. He's won. So let's see if we can keep that
perfect record.
Perfect record, and we'll let him know.
We will. We might have us in his corner one day if that's the case.
But I'm trying to think. Mike Perry. How many Mike Perry fights we've been to? That's a corner that's most likely available for getting in. We've been to one Perry fight. I can't remember who he was fighting. It was on the Vegas card. I think it was on. Oh God, what was it? Colby Usman.
Yeah, who did he fight?
I cannot remember. I think he lost as well.
Yeah.
So actually, that's a bad record with the
Yeah,
Raptors
yeah.
already. Mike Perry and the Raptors. That doesn't go down very well. But Smith and the Raptors. Wow. I'd put a wager on that.
I bet there's a few fighters that might have that record with us as well.
Yeah. Daniel Cormier's got that record with us.
Yeah. Zhang Wei Li.
Zhang Wei Li's got that record with us. Izzy's got that record with us.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz hasn't got that record with us.
No.
Masvidal.
Masvidal
has that
yeah.
record with the Raptors. Masvidal's got good Raptor record. Every time we've been to Masvidal's fights, he's won. So how is everyone? I hope you've enjoyed this stream. Let us know if there's any improvements we can make for next time we do our live weigh-ins. Yeah. We will be with you tomorrow as well from fight day, doing the same thing we're doing now, but with the fights on and giving our reactions and giving you the breakdown of what's going on, and not to mention the post-fight interviews. They'll be coming live to you. Or, do you know what? We might even end up doing the whole event. We'll see how hectic it gets in here, because it does start to pick up. The pace of the job starts to pick up on fight day around the fourth, third, second and last fight.
Mm-hmm.
So doing a live stream is always a bit difficult, and there might be a few blank spots of nothing going on. But what we'll do is we'll speak to you guys. We'll assess what you guys want. If you want us to keep going, we'll keep going. That's what it all comes down to, what you guys want to see. So chuck in the comments what you guys want to see. Give this video a thumbs up. Really appreciate everybody being here and doing their bit and supporting Full Reptile. You could be anywhere right now watching anything. You got Mike Tyson to look forward to tomorrow night, and you've got the UFC to look forward to tomorrow night. So there's lots of good stuff for everybody to be tuning into. With regards to the boxing tomorrow night, I'll give you one last show. But here we are. We've got the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. War Room Breakdown available on Full Reptile. This is definitely worth a watch. It's 20 minutes. We got some really cool footage in there from old rare Tyson training videos to Roy Jones Jr.'s sharp, dynamic skill set that we see, back in the day, all following up to Mike Tyson and Dan's great breakdown on how both styles of fighters compare against each other. So that's a really good one. It's definitely worth watching. So go over there and check that out if you have not. And then, like I say, tomorrow, if you don't know when the fights are starting, just put your notifications on the Full Reptile YouTube channel. Put them on all, because then as soon as we go live, you'll get that 15-minute acknowledgement that the fights will be starting in 15 minutes. Head over to Full Reptile and give us a join, and let's talk about all these fights. But for the meantime, I don't really know what else there is in here. What everyone else is doing.
Everyone's
I'm looking around
now, I think.
Everyone's uploading. So, what are your final thoughts on this card, Jamie?
My final thoughts, well, I'm looking forward to seeing Anthony Smith fight 5 rounds. I'm pretty happy for that card to come up to the main event. Sorry, that fight to come up to the main event. I'm looking forward to the co-main. I think that's my pick for fight of the night, which is Miguel Beza against Takashi Sato. I think there'll be a knockout. If not, it's going to be a scrap. But the rest of the card, yeah, it looks pretty good. After looking into some of the fighters, looking at their records and looking at what's on the line for some of the fighters, I think it's going to be a pretty good card, in my opinion.
I think so too. I think this is one of those cards where you take a glance at it and no huge names jump out to you apart from the obvious. Maybe like Rachel Astrovich and Anthony Smith are the two biggest names on here. But in terms of like the best fighters, we've got quite a few of them from the UFC on here. It's just that they're in their contender levels, really. I reckon in a few years' time we'll be looking back at cards like this and being like, oh damn, Spike Carlisle was on here, or oh damn, Malcolm X was on here, or do you know what I mean? Like, I've noticed that a lot as I've gone back and watched old cards and things like that. Like even like some of the old McGregor cards and going to see who was on the prelims on there. You've got like people that are headlining events now. So this is a bit of a sleeper card. It is a really, really, really good card though, in my opinion, and there's a lot of good fights to look out for and a lot of possible future contenders that could be challenging for that title in a few years' time. So although the names on here don't jump out straight away, I guarantee that, you know,
you'll be seeing a few around.
Oh yeah,
definitely. There's a lot of there's a couple of first appearances, second appearances, people with really great records like Luke Sanders and Nate Maness. The first fight that's going to kick us off. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a great fight. Looking forward to see Nate Maness fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to be good.
It is going to be good. So one last time, everyone, thank you ever so much for tuning in to Full Reptile, for making our life a little bit easier and giving us all those likes and comments. Appreciate it all, we really do. Onwards and upwards from here. We'll be at all of the new UFC events happening for the rest of this year. The rest of 2020. You can tune in to Full Reptile to get live weigh-ins, to get all of the live fight day stuff, fight week stuff, vlogs, Sean O'Malley content coming, more fighter content coming with different fighters that we're just speaking to at the moment. So just keep your eyes on Full Reptile. We'll have more war rooms coming, maybe some aftermaths, but the latest war room for you to check out right now, especially considering what's happening tomorrow, is the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. war room that is out on Full Reptile. So head over there, check it out, give it a like, and if you enjoyed it, feel free to share it. Thank you ever so much once again.
Thanks guys
for tuning in. I've been James.
I've been Jamie.
Yeah. I've been James my whole life as well.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. But thank you.
Yeah, thanks for everyone tuning in. It's good to see we've got a nice audience, and keep the questions coming.
Yeah, keep the questions coming at all times, and feel free to jump over to Instagram and give us a follow if you're not already, at Raptors MMA. So one last time, Instagram, Raptors MMA. No underscore, no nothing, just Raptors MMA. Thank you once again, guys.